And off we go with another edition of the Kevin and Casey podcast. I am so excited to hear about your time in Columbia.
Yes.
Mizzou Arena, you saw
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
For his farewell tour.
Oh, my God.
It
How
was
old is he?
amazing.
He's like 97 years old now.
No,
like
and
that.
I Googled it, and I want to say he was like 74 or 77, somewhere in his
He's up there.
mid-70s.
Yeah.
Mid-70s, yeah.
But now you said you were a fan of Bob, what, because of your dad?
Yes. So my dad, my childhood memories back when, we had a record player and everything, he would, of course, play Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet records all the time.
Sure, yeah.
And in fact, it was almost a competition between my mom and my dad. They had two very different tastes in music. My mom was more into like Motown, Supremes, and all of that.
Right.
And
nothing wrong with that, man.
No,
Mix it up. You know?
I've got a lot of genres I'm
Absolutely,
into
yeah.
because of that. But my dad was always a big-time Bob Seger fan.
Now,
so.
who opened for Seger?
There was a band,
Like an unknown-
Wild Feathers, out
heard
of
of it.
Nashville. But I
Really?
will tell you what.
Like country-ish?
Yeah, country, and they were really good.
Were they?
They
Really?
were really, really good. So I have a feeling in the next year or so, it's going to be a name of a band that a lot of us recognize.
What are they called
So
again?
Wild Feathers.
Wild Feathers.
Wild
Okay.
Feathers, out of Nashville.
Okay.
They did really good. I think they sang 4 or 5 songs, most of their own, and then they did touch on one. Oh gosh, for the life of me, I'm trying to remember what song it was. There was a song, of course, that we've all heard that was, somebody else's hit.
That would be quite a feather, no pun intended, in your hat to be opening for
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
Yeah,
Can you imagine getting the call
No.
from Seger's people? Hey, I want you to go on tour with me.
No, oh my gosh, it would be amazing just to be able to see. I mean,
Oh
just
my
to
gosh,
be able
yeah.
to go to that concert was phenomenal. It was
Yeah.
a huge bucket list item on our.
All right, now I got a couple of questions. First of all,
Okay.
how many encores did he do?
He did 3 encores.
Okay.
And he finished it. So
What was the big wrap up? Yeah, so it comes out at the end. You really know it's the end.
So he covered a lot of his greatest hits during the
Right.
show. In fact, there was only maybe one newer song. The rest were
Well, that
all
was
of
my
his-
next question. Okay,
Yeah,
hang on to that.
Okay.
All right.
So, that kind of leads me to where
Yeah.
one of my personal favorites is Night Moves.
Right.
And of course, he didn't play it. And
So
then
you know.
and then he
You
so then he
it's gonna-
closed, and then
come
the
on,
encore
man.
comes out. I'm like, okay, here it comes. And nope, it wasn't. Then he leaves, and then he comes back. Nope, it wasn't. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I looked at my dad. I was like, if he does not play Night Moves,
there's no
I'm
way.
gonna lose it. I'm
There's
gonna
no-
lose it.
You're kidding. They'd be burning the Mizzou Arena down.
Exactly.
It's like-
Exactly. So, sure enough, here comes the band out again, and my dad says, I think this is it. I think it sure is. And sure enough, it was. So he finished it with Night Moves.
Whenever you go to a concert, especially by somebody really a big name like that, I mean, I'm thinking back to Billy Joel a couple of years ago. in Tulsa.
yeah.
Okay, he hadn't done Uptown Girl yet.
Oh, yeah.
He hadn't done Piano Man.
Oh,
so
well,
and
you
we're
know
getting
it was
toward the end
coming.
of the show. So my wife and I, we're kind of like debate. Okay, what's it going to wrap up with? And I think he wrapped up with Uptown Girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So something up and
Sure.
I mean,
feel good to walk out just
right. And
yeah,
I
really
think he
pumped.
did like 2 encores, and Piano Man was one of the other.
Okay,
the other.
gotcha.
But okay, here's the thing with encores, and and again, it doesn't matter who you see. It's
Right.
always the same thing. We know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're
Right.
doing. It isn't like they leave stage. Okay, hey, it was great to see everybody
Honestly,
tonight.
after the second one, I thought it was done, and I was a little hurt. I was
See,
like,
there's some mind games they
man,
play with you.
There are,
I'm telling you.
and I found out that I guess that is one of his typical last final, hoorahs is Night Moves. So I guess I should have looked into that before.
Well,
I went
what
to the
happens is,
concert.
okay, so everybody's cheering, yeah,
yeah.
come on out,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, and your hands start hurting. So you gotta, I gotta take a
Keep
break
going.
and let the rest of the crowd handle it for a while. Okay, then you pick it up again, like, hey, somebody else can
Once
take
you
a break.
see some movement, you're like, okay, they're coming back.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
kind of like the
That's right.
crowd, come on, let's all work together on
Yes,
this, you know what I mean?
yes.
And then they finally come out and do it.
Exactly.
So he did some new songs too?
I think there was only 1 or 2
That's good.
that I was not familiar with, and
You know
I'll
what?
say
You
they're
don't
newer,
wanna
but
hear
who
the new
knows
stuff.
how long ago. But I mean, it was all of it. Most of them were his greatest hits, which was just awesome because there's times I've gone to concerts where I only know a few of the songs. It's still a great show.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but to be able to sing along to most of it, and
That's what you want. It's the familiarity.
That's what it was. A lot of fun. So it was my dad and my older brother.
Right.
So the 3 of us convoyed up to Columbia for it. So first of all, the road trip alone
That
was
is-
really fun.
You were probably listening to Bob Seger all the way, right?
You know what? Yes, he
Yeah,
did. My brother did.
see?
He plugged his phone in and it already had his own little
Nothing but-
playlist for us.
It's a Seger
Yes,
trip. Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
And and when we got we had great seats. And in fact, we were up in I forgot what they call them,
the mezzanine.
Mezzanine.
Yeah.
But I had never been to the Mizzou Arena for a concert before. So I really liked it because it was not that far away.
You're like, hey, I can see my house from here.
Well, even though I was up high, it was like,
Yes.
gosh, I could still actually see him. And I've been to some concert venues where it's like you have to rely on that big screen TV to see anything. But it was a phenomenal show. I mean, I don't even remember what time we got out of there, but it was a lot of fun because not only, my brother's singing along, I'm singing along. My dad had a great time.
Right.
And the stories all the way up there, my dad saw Seger in concert, and I believe in Chicago in 77, or maybe it was St. Louis in 77.
Oh, my gosh. Those were his long-haired. Well, he's still, did he cut his hairs?
He doesn't. No. Oh, Bob Seger's hair? Oh, yeah. That was long hair.
Yeah, I was going to get long hair hippie days.
In fact, 77 was just after because we did a lot of Googling because my dad, he's like, well, I don't remember when they really kind of got introduced as the band. So I'm like, okay, Google.
No, there you go.
Like 100 times on the way up. So,
by the way, I'm sorry if Casey just triggered your okay,
exactly.
Google.
Yeah, sorry about that. We did that
down.
a lot in the car too. My brother has an Apple device, so I was joking around.
Siri,
I was doing Siri all the time. And my dad's so old fashioned. He's like, what's going on up there?
What's going on? Your kids calm down back there. We're going to go see Bob Seger.
We were so ornery. It was so fun. But yeah, Dad talked a lot
I'm going to turn this car around right now. Nobody's going to...
We had him in the back seat. Now that his kids are old enough to drive, we're driving Mr. Daisy.
That's what
it was.
Now.
That's what it was.
I'm back here listening to Bob Seger. Don't anybody bother me.
Yeah, and we were laughing so
Did your mom go?
No, Mom didn't.
Your mom didn't go? What's up with that?
I know. She likes Bob Seger, but she's not a big fan. And she's like, I only know a few songs. And then I get home that night and we're, of course, still pumped. And it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh, yeah, and this song and this song. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that was Seger. I'm like, Mom, how do you not know this stuff?
When I saw, we went to see Sir Paul McCartney a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah. That was a great
Busch
show.
Stadium.
Okay.
And, of course, I
had a lot of friends at that one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
All
of Missouri was there at one point.
My Facebook, right.
Yeah. But you think of Paul McCartney, Beatles, Wings, all the great music.
Sure.
So he's doing, but then he goes, oh, we'd like to sing a couple of new songs for you now. And we're like, Paul, come on. I mean, you're trying to be respectful. He is Sir Paul McCartney.
Sure.
He's probably earned a couple of new. But we're like,
I said, you want to know that you want to hear the stuff you know already.
I want to hear stuff from Abbey Road. I want to hear She Loves You. All that. But anyway, you gotta let them do what they do. I guess.
That reminds me that you bring up the Beatles. I just saw a movie not too long ago that one. Oh goodness. Yesterday. The Indian guy. Yes.
Who, I know. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You got to see Yesterday.
Nobody knows who the Beatles are except for him. Without giving spoilers. Right.
But yeah,
that's
he gets in an accident and he wakes up and nobody in the whole world
I really enjoyed that
remembers
movie.
the Beatles but
funny.
him. Yeah.
It was.
Ed Sheeran is in this.
Yes. I didn't know he was in it until all of a sudden, boom, he's there. I was like, that's really him.
It's really such a cleverly done movie.
It is.
And it makes you think.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that.
And I'm a Beatles nut, so we were like, we got
every song, right. No, it was good. It was good.
All right, so there you go, Bob Seger.
Yeah, it was a great time.
That's awesome.
It was a great time. My dad, I will
you
tell you.
posted pictures, and I saw that. I go, we got to talk about that on the podcast.
Well, I think the funniest thing is Dad's trying to share about the 77 concert, but he doesn't remember a lot. And I said, and so after the concert, he's like,
does not remember a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into context on why, but so on the way home, and he's like, gosh, that was such a great show. It was just like the show in 77. I was like, but you don't remember the show in 77.
All I know is I had more hair then.
That's right. But Seger, I'm not kidding, sounds just the same.
I've heard him recently.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. It was a great time.
And he has a great band.
Glad I did it. I thought I missed this opportunity last year. I just had Wesley when he was doing his farewell tour in St. Louis.
That is a bucket list.
And when I got wind that he was having, one more, I was like, yay.
That's
it was
pretty
great.
neat.
It was great.
You know what the Tesla is, right? The
plug-in cars.
Yeah, Elon Musk has the whole thing.
Right.
Elon Musk loves tweaking things and experimenting and doing something different. I mean, Elon Musk is the guy who's built this Mars rocket.
Okay, yeah.
Who's going to send people to Mars and supposedly back, eventually. So, I mean, he is like a modern day.
Very high tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So he's apparently doing something now, customizing horns and movement sounds for Tesla cars. So Tesla owners now might be able to change their vehicle sounds to whatever customized sounds they choose. So, for instance, the horn sounds, And it's just for it's for drivers' enjoyment.
Okay.
But
okay.
you'll be able to make it so like you can make your horn like a fart sound.
I'd say my imagination's going a little crazy here.
Or goat
somebody's
horn.
voice. Get out of the way.
That's what I'd like. Yeah.
I'd have fun with
horn
that
to go, hey lady, get out of the way.
Move it or lose it.
Perfect, man. I'm telling this is.
There'd be a lot of horns going off. A lot.
Well, see, actually, there is a practical advantage to this, though.
Okay.
Because the electric cars, they don't make any sound.
No, they're quiet.
So
they are.
And a lot of places now say we need some kind of engine. So instead of making an engine sound, you could have,
Oh, that's funny.
like a horse or whatever. I mean, is there any law that says it has to sound like an engine?
Oh, man. I bet law enforcement's really going to love this.
Is there any law that says a horn has to go, whatever?
Exactly.
I mean, I'd like, hey, lady, get out of the way.
Yeah, I'd have the fun with that, or even, if it's a tiny little Tesla, have, the big, like, train horn or something.
Like a big rig, even.
Yeah, exactly.
You
look around and all you see is this tiny little car.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You want to make people get out of the way.
That would be dangerous.
That'll do it right there.
I love it.
We both love our jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And what we do.
Absolutely.
And really can't imagine not doing what we love.
That's right.
I was just reading where an MTA worker in New York, Subway,
okay.
The transit authority there in New York, got fired several years ago, but apparently no one ever told payroll. So this guy has been showing up every payday.
Oh, my goodness.
For 4 years. To the tune of about $250,000.
Oh, wow.
Now, can you imagine? Here's payday. It's Friday or whatever they get paid. He shows up, Is everybody like, hey, Vince, haven't seen you on the job all week. Yeah, I've been taking some time off.
I've been saying that for 4 years.
For 4
straight.
years, yeah.
How do you miss it? Well, it happens. Things happen.
I'm sure it's just
but
paperwork.
I'm sure that's a hefty bill he's got to pay back.
Well, that's it. They're
Hopefully
saying
he's gotten employed somewhere else.
He could face fraud charges.
Well, that is fraud, really.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm asking for a friend.
Kevin, I'm going to make sure Zimmer is aware.
They don't listen to this podcast. Let's keep it that way. Okay.
Too funny.
No, I guess it is fraud. I mean,
4 years. A month or two is understandable, but 4 years.
It's like if the bank sends you money by accident.
Oh, they'll take it back just as quick as they put it in.
If you spend it.
Yeah, then you'll owe. You'll owe.
You owe
That's
it. Yeah.
Yeek.
Wow.
Yow. Well,
4 years, man, just showing up on payday.
It does make me wonder.
I'm gonna go get my pay.
I wonder if he ever sought out other employment. If he was still
should he?
collecting payroll. Yeah, that's true. You know who else should have? Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does his own taxes. But I'm just thinking the accountant should have figured something out. But if he
Oh, you mean the company?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I wonder. There's Edith sitting there at the books each week on, how come there's like an extra $3,000 coming out here? I can't figure this out.
That is crazy. That is. Yeah, you think somebody wasn't watching budget. I can tell you that. They weren't watching the payroll line item in budget.
I would think that is correct.
Wages.
Hey, we would love to hear from you. The Kevin and Casey podcast, we've got our own phone number. Not that anybody ever calls it except Casey's mom from time to time. But if you're so inclined, 856-318-9873. 856 is the area code, 318-9873. You can also email us, Kevin and Casey at kevinhilly.com. That's Kevin and letter K, letter C. Kevin and Casey at kevinhilly.com.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We say it every time.
I'm telling you.
Somebody call us.
And that is another edition of the Kevin and Casey podcast.